Okay, let's go over the Webquest that you worked on earlier this week. So I'm going to start at question 1. In that question, you were going to look at the video, and then there was text below that, and you can answer from either point there. So write 3 facts about DNA. There were a couple of facts you could have written down. You could say that DNA contains the instructions. I hope I gave myself enough space here. Instructions for building all living things. It's made of 4 building blocks. And the video talked about like A, T, C, and G. You don't have to worry about that right now. That's like a high school term. And it's 2 strands joined by base pairs. Something else would be good to know. I don't know if it was in the reading or not, but you should know that DNA is a double helix. You'll see that on your quiz this week. So that's helpful for you to know. Let's move on to the next question. 2 facts about genes. Set of instructions. So these are instructions for building proteins. And there's something called a genome. This is just your whole set of genes. And genes make each person unique. What features do scientists use when reading chromosomes? So in order for them to read chromosomes or to match up the chromosomes when they're making a karyotype, they're going to look at 3 different things. They're going to look at the size of the chromosome, the banding pattern, that's that like striping look, the black, gray, white on the chromosome, and I showed it in my note slides that I posted earlier in the week, and then the centromere position. So centromeres are part of the chromosome that's used when the chromosomes undergo mitosis or meiosis. You don't need to really know what the centromere is. I would say if you knew size and banding patterns, that's perfect for this point. What is a karyotype? So again, if you looked at my video, you would have heard me talk about the karyotype, but you also saw it and you should have played around with practicing making a karyotype. It's an organized profile, or like sometimes you'll see it called like a map of a person's chromosomes. And this shows every chromosome that a person has within the nucleus. What pair of chromosomes will a female have? So female is XX. That's a female. A male is XY. I would star these questions and make sure you know these for your quiz on Friday. And then the next part here was to perform the activity. So hopefully you got to play around with that a little bit. Let's finish this up and go to the next page. So if we look at the rest of the pages here, question 8, how many chromosomes are present in a human karyotype? This is another one I would star for the quiz. A normal human has 46 chromosomes. Why do organisms who reproduce sexually have pairs of chromosomes? So if you looked on the diagram would help you with that, and that's because one chromosome from each pair comes from mom, and the other chromosome comes from dad. So one chromosome in the pair comes from each parent. And we kind of talked about that when we talked about sexual reproduction. Now, I put this here so you knew where to find it, extra or missing chromosomes. What is it called if an individual is missing a chromosome? So that means they would have, let's say, maybe only one of chromosome 3 or only one of chromosome 2 instead of the pair. That's called monosomy. And mono means one. And then what happens if they have more than that, an extra chromosome? That would be like in the case of Down syndrome, where they have 3 of chromosome 21, and that's called trisomy, and tri means 3. Like a tricycle, tri is the prefix for 3. Tricycle has 3 wheels. Describe how people can get an abnormal number of chromosomes. So this is when chromosomes are unevenly distributed from parents to the children. And the last question, how do doctors diagnose if a problem like that is going to happen where aneuploidy or an abnormal chromosome number is there? They use genetic testing. So the information that I start is really the information that you want to study for the quiz that's coming on Friday. Have a great day.